Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Tactics Ogre Reborn walkthrough. Still knocking out some Heavenly General fights. The next one is happening here in the San Bronza Ruins at level 8. Again, keep in mind that you have to have a Heaven's Fork in your inventory to actually trigger this battle. I've actually already been in here once, and it went pretty well. Seemed pretty easy. But yeah, we'll see how it goes this time around. This ninja, I've already lost her name here. Let's see, Rakshas, yeah, Rakshas. Anyways, she hits pretty hard, and she actually inflicts fear, which is pretty nasty. But hopefully this works out again. Absolutely slammed my denim. Almost one-shot him, but I was able to just barely live. Keep in mind, I also haven't really done that much in terms of my, thinking out my gear. I've really just been kind of winging it and hoping that everything works out. You can see here I've got the Freud helmet on. Just a regular alluring corset for the luck, luminant gauntlets, some wing boots, and then crest fire. And it's actually been working out pretty well. So I think I'm just gonna stick with it. We'll see how this goes. First turn, it's gonna be mostly just getting MP. I did bring my two pumpkin songstress again. I've been really liking the pair of them together. Able to generate a lot of MP, yeah, and kind of just keep everybody going. I kind of considered maybe using a Lich with, I think it's Salvation, but the problem is it pulls MP from your characters until it gets full MP, and then it distributes the. I don't know. I don't think it works that well. And produces some kind of dead turns for characters, right, where they just can't do anything because they don't have enough MP. So really probably not going to be worried about that, and not really going to employ that strategy. The other great thing about the pumpkin songstress here, or songstresses, is that they actually can heal a little bit as well. So I actually haven't even brought a cleric in here. Which I normally do, although, these days, well, I mean, I would say, that clerics are kind of not all that great, but once you get into that, is it Major Heal 3? God, it's crazy. It's actually really strong. The area of effect is gigantic, and, I mean, even I feel like without Mother's Blessing, it can do pretty well. So yeah, I don't know, I guess just keep that in mind. But yeah, really, obviously heavy on Matriarch. Oh, I didn't bring my Patriarch this time around. I've usually got an Orc that I, bring in as well, but I guess he didn't make the cut this time. It's all Lamias all the time. Yeah, so here's the, what are these things called now? I can't remember the name of the, upgraded wing guys. What are these? Nightcrow. So I think both of them have a Gloom Orb, which, does Frighten. This guy will have one too, yeah, see? So he's got Frighten, which is, pretty nasty. These guys are annoying as well, the Spriggans and Titans, right? Because they can stun you if they get close. I'll probably try to get rid of them here pretty quickly. Did I get scale? I didn't. That's a problem. Alright, so I'm gonna chariot back. Did I get? Oh, I don't even have a card. Yeah, maybe I won't do that. Let's just grab an auto card. I don't really want to mess with trying to get scale quite yet. Again, being that I don't even have an auto skill card. Here I got lucky and got the RT shift to go off. But yeah, so I'm going to try to get rid of these Spriggans. I don't want them kind of being in my face and stunning my characters with their like auto abilities or whatever, right? The ability that can do that. So I'm just going to try to take them down as quickly as I can. And what I'll do here too is I'll set this up so that I can actually farm the drops fairly well. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the right way to state it, but I'll set it up so that it's easy to kill her and then pick up the bag to check the drops. My goal here is to get not only the one-handed katana, which is called the Bakasura, but I also want to get Tempest 2 to drop as well. I don't necessarily need it at this point, but it's more of a more just to like show that both can drop. This thing is also going to drop all of the items that are necessary for the items that go into making a Heaven's Fork. I think actually the Heaven's Fork though does require 2 Orichalcum, and you'll only ever get 1 here from this enemy. So I guess just keep that in mind. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I can get some of those to drop as well as the 2 items that I really want. I think the last video there, I on my final pass through, I ended up getting, it was 4 things to drop, right? It was the spear, the spell, and then like a rack and a pinion, or like a rack and a piece of Orichalcum. So almost got everything possible out of that fight, but it was at the very least it was good enough. This is gonna hit. Oh my god, look at that. That's a body swapped matriarch. So she's the matriarch that I can't remember. I ogre bladed it might have been another Lamia mate. So I think I went with a matriarch, and then I ogre bladed into another matriarch that was lower level to get even more stats. And yeah, she's just crazy now. She's like doing significantly more damage than like my other characters. I'm gonna get hit by this orb, which sucks. I wonder. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna chariot this. So I'm gonna interrupt these guys and chariot back. I'm gonna try to take that other guy out before he can use his second orb, or a second orb on me. Oh shoot, wrong one. I just realized I'm targeting the wrong guy. Dumb. Alright, let's try this again. Can't believe I did that. I mean, I can believe I did that. It's pretty on brand for me. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get to this guy, am I? Shoot. Yeah. This one should be able to... Oh, well, she can probably just one-shot this guy. Or maybe not. We'll see here. I may be able to pull this off. Yep. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah, she's just crazy good. Alright, well, this guy may end up living, but that's a worthwhile trade. I really don't want to get hit by another Fear Orb. That can be, pretty nasty. And not only does it, reduces your defense, but it also reduces your damage, which is, not great. So, anyways, that little hurdle has been jumped. Okay, do Do I run over and grab a skill card, or no? I'm leaning towards no. I kind of want to just keep everybody packed together like this. And make sure that, you know, everybody's getting hit with mana, everybody's getting hit with potentially velocity shift, you know, if possible, right? There's obviously some exceptions. And you know what? I'm gonna chariot that as well. I just realized I want to speed up my. Is she the one? Yes. I think it's her. Yeah, it's her. That mind and intelligence stat is unmistakable, so we'll just speed her up instead. If you're going with the undead strategy, very similar to the last battle there where I was... I mean, and it's probably obvious if you're doing that. You want to kill this guy, this Kesha. Well, you know, that's not necessarily going to be its name for you, but it'll have Banish. I think is this kind of thing. Let me just check the name of this thing again. It might be a... Is it a Lich King? Witch King, okay. And there you have it. Again, it's going to have Banish, so keep that in mind. Oh, does that have... Wait a second. Oh, it's just resist sounds, okay. You know, you can still hit an enemy through resistance like that, but you know, obviously it's going to be tougher to land that status effect. I still think maybe a ninja with, you know, bridle is a good idea. Otherwise, it would be you know, Kashua as a dark priest, and I definitely think that the reeking set would be a good way to do it, right? Because then they won't get targeted. You can just kind of sneak your way in there, ninja way your way in, if you prefer to say, and you know, potentially land those status effects. But I think probably the ninja is the better way to go, just because you can either dual wield with it, you know, and maybe you get lucky and pick up some auto cards along the way to that monster, or I mean, even the you know, just getting bridle to proc, and then, you know, you can either do if you do a dual wield build, that'll work, right? But I think probably the better way to do it is just using that character not so much for its damage, but you know, for its utility, and then just equipping a bow and sticking you know, silence on a character like that. So that's my take anyway. You don't necessarily need to do that, but I think it's a solid strategy. Oh my. And that is the problem with not having dragon scale up. Alright, so she usually does that on her first turn. She usually targets my dragon. That's kind of how it's played out every single time now. And at this point, I think the next turn she'll run in closer and try to melee it. And so at that point, or at this point, I really just want to make sure that I'm kind of getting set up and taking her down a little bit of damage, you know, getting a little bit of damage on her, and letting her come in close. Hopefully she goes for the dragon again and tries to melee it, and then I can, you know, set up basically a kill on her, and also, you know, try to pick up. Most likely with the dragon, right? The dragon usually makes the most sense to try to actually pick up the loot. But we'll see how that all plays out. Yeah, I need to get closer. So this is going to mess up my setup a bit, but it's probably worth it. My matriarch Iona, she is a... what did she start out as? She started out as some sort of caster, which didn't really matter, I guess, but I body swapped a lizard... Was it a Juggernaut, or was it a Hoplite? I can't remember. I think Juggernaut. Yeah, pretty sure it was a Juggernaut, because I'm pretty sure it's Juggernaut that has, like, check and, what is that other skill? Let's check. Yeah, I think check is the only one I have on it. No, I'm sorry. So I don't remember what it started out as, but I did change it into a Terror Knight, and then I body swapped that into the Lizard Juggernaut, and then I body swapped again into a I think it was a Matriarch, or maybe it was a Witch for its final stats. And so, anyways, it actually has Fear, the AoE Fear spell or ability, sorry, from the Terror Knights, and then I've got Check, which is Stop from the Juggernaut, and then it's got its, you know, whatever other, I think it's got Meditate 4 and Dagger, and the Dagger skill, and it is nuts. It's a lot of fun. You know, early on, when I was kind of making my different classes, I did matriarchs that started out as juggernauts. I think it was juggernaut anyway, and then I would change them into matriarch, and kind of that way they'd have like the the juggernaut stats. Like they wouldn't do as much damage, but they had really good defensive stats, and I've really liked that, and kind of just did the same thing then with some of the, or I guess my matriarchs as I've kind of gone along. Right now I can actually probably set up this kill, maybe. We'll see if the dragon can actually, he might not be able to make it there. Yeah, this is not a good kill shot. Yeah, there's too much space to make up here. Yeah, alright. So I'll have to chariot that. That's alright. Kind of figured that was going to be the case, but alright, so we'll just move over here and end turn. And we'll just move right up in this thing's face. Actually, yeah. Perfect. Also, I don't want us to do too much damage, just in case she, like, because what's gonna happen here is she's gonna run up, most likely anyway, and like slash my dragon in the face, and I don't want her like suiciding on the dragon. So yeah, that would suck. All right. So weak. What's the point? Ninjutsu, ladies and gentlemen. So bad. One of these days, I'm actually going to make a ninja and then make a lich class, change it over to ninja and see how much ninjutsu does, just like, kind of base. There you go. See there, she's hitting the dragon, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Now, unfortunately, I'm still really far away, so I'm going to need to move up closer before I can set up a kill on this general. I probably should have moved everybody over a little bit closer. Oh, okay, well, this might work. Alright, so this will probably do it. So let's do the kill shot here, and then you see my dragon is going next. Yeah, this is perfect. Be better if you didn't use skills, but alright, so didn't get actually either of the drops that I wanted there. So what I'm gonna end up doing here is just chariot, farming this general, and then once I get what I want, I'll pick the footage back up, and then I'll finish out the battle. Okay, so just ended up getting the Bekasura here, and Orichalcum, and a copy of Tempest 2. Not all of the items that I would have liked to got, right? I would at least like to see one more, but I think 3 is good enough, and again, specifically the 2 that I was really after. And also the Orichalcum, which I guess if we're going to get one item, it might as well be that one, since it does take 2 to make another Heavens for. So yeah, anyways, not too bad. That didn't take too long, and the setup was, you know, pretty easy. Yeah, so I think now I'll just kind of continue on. So that's actually my second Bakasura, which actually, I guess I didn't really realize these things are technically relics. Not that I'll probably, you know, mash them together. I'm kind of curious to see if, you know, what that really does for you. I guess maybe I'll have to take a look at that, but yeah, probably honestly just gonna hang on to both. But yeah, at this point now, I'll just finish this out. It's time to get moving. I want to do probably one more of these Heavenly General. Yeah, we'll see. I'd like to do one more of these tonight, and there it is, bonus objective complete. So that'll be for the no incapacitations. Obviously, I had a chariot to get the drops. Yeah, and there you go. So another rack, obviously. So yeah, of all of the different items to have drop there for the fork itself, or Shalcom, you know, probably the best one to get. So anyways, that is going to be it for this one. So as always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.